Rocky Balboa is one of my favorite franchises of all time. It had a profound impact on me when I first watched it as a child, and I'm sure that many watching this video have also been impacted by Rocky and his journey. There is a reason why the original film garnered 5 sequels and a spin-off series, Creed, which is going strong to this day. Rocky is the ultimate underdog story. There is no better rags to riches story in my opinion. And what is arguably the primary message of the entire Rocky franchise? The uniting theme of every single movie. Never give up. Those 3 words are so closely linked to the Rocky franchise as a whole, and when asked what Rocky has taught most people, they will probably say something along the lines of, well, Rocky taught me to never give up. And for the most part, that is exactly what Rocky has taught me. Recently, I went to the premiere for Creed 3 with my wife, and afterwards we decided to do a complete rewatch of the entire Rocky series, from Rocky to Creed 2, and I realized something. The way the Rocky franchise tackles the theme of never giving up is incredibly different to how many remember. Rocky isn't a character who never gives up, which sounds blasphemous to even say, but he gives up in almost every single movie. Just stick with me here, I promise I have a good point. In the first film, Rocky is already defeated. He has already given up. This is a man who is living day by day, not expecting anything to change. He is a low-rate thug and mediocre boxer. When given the opportunity to face Creed, he even initially refuses as he believes he doesn't stand a chance. He has given up before even trying. During the fight, we see shades of Rocky's tenacity coming out. He is an immovable object. Apollo pushes and attacks, yet Rocky keeps coming back. In the ring is where the Italian stallion thrives. By the end of the film, he is able to go the distance and shock the boxing world. In the second film, Rocky is issued a rematch and chooses to retire from boxing and focus on Adrian and their marriage, which is an honorable decision, but after accepting the rematch, he finds it increasingly difficult to get in the right headspace and find the fighter mentality to face Apollo again. When Adrian falls into her coma, Rocky is shattered, which is a realistic and understandable response. But it is only after Adrian recovers and tells Rocky to fight, to win, that he is able to rise to the occasion. In Rocky 3, we see Rocky experience his first true defeat. His manager Mickey dies and he loses to Clubber Lang. At this point, Rocky entirely gives up. Apollo tries to train Rocky to help him regain the eye of the tiger, but Rocky is a shell of his former self. He lets his fear dictate his self-perception and identity. It is only after a heart-to-heart with his wife Adrian that he picks himself back up and moves forward to defeat Clubber Lang. Rocky 4 is the first time where Rocky doesn't inherently give up, but rather seeks revenge. His best friend is killed and chooses to face his killer. It is not really a story of facing the odds. It's still a theme present in the movie, especially since Drago towers over Rocky, but it primarily focuses on revenge and justice for Apollo. In Rocky 5, the Balboa family loses everything, and we begin to see the shades of Rocky's character development as he pushes through. Yes, he and his family has lost everything, his house, his riches, and his status, and by the end of the film he still hasn't regained any of that. But he hasn't lost, he's content. He didn't let his loss define him. Rocky Balboa is the culmination of all of Rocky's experiences coming together as he delivers one of the most iconic speeches in movie history to his son about never giving up. By this point, Rocky understands what it means to never give up. You can get knocked down, you can lose, you can even be defeated, but you need to get back up. That's what it means to never give up, to keep moving forward. In Creed, we see Rocky has regressed a bit in this regard. He is alone. His friends, his wife, and his son are all gone. He has no one and nothing to live for. And when he is diagnosed with cancer, he decides that he won't treat it. He is content with dying. It is only when Adonis pushes him to fight that he changes his mind and realizes that he once again has something to fight for. So throughout the Rocky films, we definitely see Rocky growing into the character we know when we think of never giving up. In the ring, he is an immovable object. The man made of iron who keeps coming back. But in his personal life, he struggles with this concept. But then that is when I realized why he eventually always got back up. It was his support structure. And that is what I think many of us need to realize and take notice of in the Rocky films. The reason Rocky always got back up, the reason he truly never gave up, was those around him. Adrian and Apollo are perfect examples of healthy supporters and influencers. Whenever Rocky is knocked down, they are the ones who pick him back up. This is what we need to realize. We need people in our lives who lift us up. One of my favorite Bible verses is Proverbs 27 verse 17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Ultimately, those around us help shape us. And that is why it is so important to be careful with who you let into your inner circle. It is so important to be careful with who you allow yourself to be vulnerable with. They need to be the people you can trust and know have the best intentions for you. Just as Apollo and Adrian are positive influences for Rocky, Paulie is the exact opposite, a negative influence. I think Jordan Peterson really hammered home what could be considered good or healthy friends and influences. Simply put, a good friend will be happy for you when you're happy and sad when you are sad. They won't get jealous when you succeed and they won't find joy in your pain. Adrian, and later from Rocky 3 onwards, Apollo fall into this category. They are happy for Rocky when he succeeds. They celebrate with him when he succeeds. And in turn, they sympathize with him when he is in pain. When he is broken, they reach out. That is the type of support structure we should all strive to have. In Rocky 1 and 2, Adrian is the heart that drives Rocky forward and pushes him to not give up. In Rocky 3, it is both Apollo and Adrian who pick up Rocky when he gives up. These are the characters who build him up so that he can be the Rocky we all know who won't give up and pushes forward. On the flip side, Paulie is not a healthy influence. Paulie is an abusive individual who has an addictive relationship with alcohol and constantly berates Rocky. Yes, there is no doubt that Paulie does care for Rocky in some capacity, but he brings a whole lot more negativity to Rocky's life. Rocky constantly forgives him and gives him chance after chance, but Paulie never learns from it. From smashing his own house out of anger towards Rocky, destroying and attacking Rocky out of jealousy, and eventually being the reason why Rocky and his family lose everything. They have a toxic relationship. In life, we should strive to have positive influences like Adrian, Apollo, and eventually Adonis, not negative ones like Paulie. Lean on the positive influences in your life. Let them sharpen you like iron. That is how Rocky learns to never give up. He has a group of positive influences who will always support him through the tough times, not allowing him to give up, so that he can rise up and face the hard times when they arrive. When you have that positive reinforcement and you are built up, you can be the Rocky who can stand up alone and never give up. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. Don't be afraid to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. If you did enjoy this topic, if you want to talk more about it, please let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.